A very warm welcome to all our distinguished participants joining us from across India on day 4 of our 6-day AICT ATAL Faculty Development Program on AI in Education organized by Computer Engineering Department of Anjuman Islam Abdul Razak Kalsekar Polytechnic. We have had an incredible journey so far, exploring various dimensions of artificial intelligence in education, and today marks yet another milestone as we dive into one of the most fascinating branches of AI, natural language processing or NLP. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our eminent resource person for today's session, a renowned academic and researcher who has been an inspiration for many educators and students, Dr. Suja Jayachandran ma'am. Ma'am is an associate professor at Vidyalankar Institute of Technology, Mumbai, and a recent PhD graduate from D.Y. Patil, Dean to be University, Navi Mumbai, with her research focusing on data-driven models for enhancing student performance and employability through analytics. Ma'am has over a decade of academic experience and has guided numerous UG and PG projects in the field of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. Her remarkable research contribution include publication in Scopus and SciIndex Journal. Ma'am is also a jury member for MSBT-sponsored technical events, a reviewer for international journal and conferences, and a resource person for IIT Bombay's Ethics Society program. She has earned recognition for her contribution to Education 4.0, learning analytics, and innovative pedagogical approaches. So today, we are privileged to have her guide us through 2 sessions. Session 1 is NLP, Introduction to Natural Language Processing, and Session 2 is Hands-on, where participants will gain practical exposure to implementing language model and text processing technique using Python. So these sessions promise to equip us with a deeper understanding of how AI can empower educators and researchers to analyze, interpret, and create language-based application in education and beyond. So we are truly honored to have you with us today, ma'am. Your expertise and experience will undoubtedly enrich our learning journey. So without any wasting time, ma'am, I welcome you, Dr. Suja Chandran, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am. Ma'am?
Yes. Thanks a lot, Saishna ma'am, for such a nice introduction. And I'm privileged to have a session here. Okay, ma'am. So I will just share my screen and let me know whether it's visible or not. My screen is visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, okay, thanks a lot, ma'am. First of all, congratulations to all the participants that you have enrolled in a topic which is very close to educators and also a need of the hour. Because AI having applications, varied applications like healthcare, your traveling, being finance, and along with that, the most important application which lies is in education field. And if we all have enrolled in a faculty development program organized by Kalsekar College, it means that we are all educators, right? Some or others college at some or other UG, PG or else diploma level, we all are teachers. So why not we use AI in education to its fullest, right? So one of the field of AI is natural language processing, that is NLP. And here what we are going to see in today's session, although 3 hours is not enough to cover all the topics of NLP, but would like to take up most important points which will be helpful in understanding how NLP can be implemented in or used in our education field. So let's start with the brief introduction, and then after the first session, we will focus on how NLP could be used for analyzing students' feedback. Okay, so student feedback, which is one of the important parameter in understanding how engaged they were in the session. Is there anything which in which we can improve ourselves as a faculty? So this is unstructured data. So if we want to if you want to go through this unstructured data in a AI driven approach, then we should have to use NLP. Second application which we are going to see is in how using NLP we can recommend different job opportunities to the students based on their resume. So these are the two topics which I have thought of including as part of an application of NLP in education. So, ma'am, am I audible clearly? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So, let's start with the introduction first. So, NLP, as you all might be aware of, that is nothing but natural language processing, is a subfield of AI that enables computer to understand, interpret, and generate human language. So, when I'm saying human language, it means that the data is the what we are speaking. Everyone is having different tone, phonetics, and every area will may have a difference in pronunciation. So how to capture the data and make your machine understand? For that we require an NLP application. So if we will see here, on my screen, it is this diagram visible? Let me minimize this. So if you could see, AI is a very big domain. And when we say AI is a big domain, it means that under the AI, there is ML, machine learning, and inside the machine learning, we have deep learning. And wherever the input is in text, we say that natural language processing is required, because natural language processing deals with data written in a text format. So you may think that if your data is in image or else video or else audio, then there is no use of NLP. No, it's not like that. If your data input is in the form of video or else audio or else an image, then what will happen? It will extract the data, the text data which is written inside your image, or else if it is in speech format, it will convert it into text, and then we will process the context. So if we are processing the textual information, we say that indirectly we are processing the language written inside the text. And if we are processing the text, it is nothing but an application of NLP. So take up any application which you are doing using day to day, starting with your WhatsApp in the morning. You text something and it auto completes your data, or else you grammatical errors are getting corrected, or spelling errors are getting corrected. Everything is nothing but an NLP application. How it is predicting what will be the next word depends upon the previous word. So other application could be you are using your Alexa or Siri, where you are just giving a voice command to play a favorite music, and your voice is getting converted into text. Data is being fetched from the database, and then that particular show or movie is being played. So voice assistant, translation tools, if you are not able to understand the language, or else if you go to a new city where the signboards are written in some specific language, then of course the other people from other city may not be able to read that language. So earlier days it was very difficult to understand, but once you have got the Google Translator in your hand, you can easily scan the image and you or take a photograph of the image, and your Google Lens will convert the text into the language which you want. So again, an application of. So is it like this ki only computer engineering people or people related with computer or IT domain should only study about NLP? No. For making an application in NLP, the knowledge of language is also very, very important. That's why we say it combines linguistic, computer science, and machine learning. So linguistic is nothing but, as you all know, the study of language. So if I want to make a statement in a Marathi language or else in Punjabi language, I should have the correct vocabulary with me. I should have the correct corpora with me. Corpus, right? Corpus is nothing but a set of statement you can imagine where a lot of context is written about a particular concept. So until unless I have a very good vocabulary set with me, I won't be able to speak a Punjabi language or else any other language other than what I usually speak. So the knowledge of language along with the knowledge of artificial intelligence will help us to make a proper NLP application. So what are the key goals of an NLP? So key goals, if I say, what is the most important thing is to make your machine understand what is being told or what is being written, extract meaning and context out of it. So if I'm saying open the door, or else if I'm saying close the door with a double exclamatory mark, my system should be able to identify my emotion out of it. So when we generally write two exclamatory marks after a text, it means we are stressing on some concept. Congratulations with a full stop, congratulations with a double exclamatory mark is something different. So it means that congratulations with a double exclamatory marks. I'm really happy for your success on that event or something like that. So even the punctuation marks like exclamatory or else a double quotes or a semicolon, even these symbols helps us to understand the sentiment out of your text. And what are the key application if you will say? Speech recognition. Then machine translation is nothing but language translation. If I want to translate one language to another, it is nothing but an NLP application. Then sentiment analysis, very, very important nowadays because how to promote a product depends upon how we are showing or else how we are giving the publicity of the product depends upon the review. We all are into e-commerce right now. No one is left behind who says that e-commerce is something which is not to be used because it eases our work. Starting with right from the morning, if you want to buy a milk or something, you go for a blanket or you go for a Zepto, make your work easier. So what you are doing actually, there is a log records being generated. Whenever you log in with an account, your account starts tracking your log records. Now, what do you mean by this log records? Log records is nothing but every click which you are doing is getting stored. And if it is getting stored, it can be analyzed. So if you have a habit of buying a particular set of products every weekend, for example, grocery from an e-commerce, Amazon Fresh or something like that. What it means that you have a habit, you have a habit of buying the grocery or else vegetable every week. So it checks your trend, and whenever you are looking for something and if it is on sale or something, some discount is being offered over there, what will happen? It will ask you that yes, these are the offers available. Since you are a regular customer of this product, it is being showcased to you, right? So this is how we can understand that system is also, or the application is also learning your habits, and based on your habit it is recommending ki this is something new which has come to your in the store. along with white shirt, a blue jeans will look good. Along with this, that will look good. Most of the people buy this as well. So what it is actually doing, it is actually nothing but asking you to buy different product. It is making your work easier by suggesting the product. So how it is suggesting all these things? It is suggesting all these things based on the pattern by which you have purchased. Along with it, some people also look for reviews, and these reviews plays a very important role. But these reviews are not in quantitative or else number. If it is a star rating, I could easily say that out of 100 people have rated it 4, it means that it will have a some 4 point something as a rating. But even if 20 people rate it at 0, ultimately the overall rating of the product will go down. So this is one way of calculating the feedback. Another way is what you can write a comment on it, or you can write it and give it to a feedback. So when you're writing something, it is a text. Now every people do does not require to have a proper grammatical check done in their writing. So the machine should be able to understand what the end user is supposed to mean. What is the context? Is it a positive review, or is it a negative, or else it is a neutral review? So if in on a product, multiple people have written positive review, and along with that a star rating of 4, you say that yes, this product is good. So the marketing and the publicity team of the at the warehouse will start preparing these products in a bigger number. But if a product is a complete having a complete negative review, obviously the marketing strategy will get different for that particular. So sentiment analysis plays a very big role in your business, and it also has a very important role in your education, because ultimate stakeholder is student, and if student is satisfied with the course outcome, the faculty who are teaching, it plays a very important role, right? So we say that yes, course outcome is attained if he has understood the concept, and there are multiple metric by which you can analyze it, and sentiment analysis is just one of the tool for analyzing these concepts. And the next is text summarization. As we all know, text summarization also plays a very important role, by because in our everyday day-to-day life, we don't have much time for reading newspaper. So what we all do, we install in shorts on your mobile, and this is a Times of India application which can be easily help us to read the headlines every day. Along with it, just two, 3 lines of summary, because it's an application. They're in our mobile. So in short, it's like just a summarized format of your newspaper. This is one example. Another many examples, you also know how many summarizing tool, paraphraser tool like Quillbot is there for paraphrasing. Even ChatGPT helps in doing this. Moving ahead. So if we are saying that this text or natural language processing or text processing is something which is having a lot of challenges. So why such challenges may occur? The major issue will be, for example, the use of non-standard English or else neologism. For example, new words which are coming up nowadays, like instead of me writing great, GREAT, I will just write GR and 8. It's a WhatsApp language, right? Great job, unfriend. So generally we don't have these words in our dictionary earlier, but nowadays we are having such words. So what is the loss? Loss is that for the text processing or the natural language processing to work, it should have a vocabulary list. And if your vocabulary list is not updated, obviously it won't be able to identify such words. Next difficulty is to identify a segmentation issue. For example, New York. New York is one word, but due to space which is coming in between the word new and York, what is happening? It will read it as different word, because if there exists a space, it means that we treat it as separate words. So if we treat it as separate word, then one word will be new, another will be York. So obviously these are two different words. So in my test statement, if New York is written, it will say that no, this word does not exist in vocabulary. So such words which are actually one word only, but due to space in between, we read it as, machine read it as different. So third issue is handling idioms. Idioms, you all know, for example, he is a dark horse. Doesn't mean that person is a dark horse, of course. What does it mean? He is someone who will may shine later. Or, for example, another idiom could be now the ball is in your court. So, what do you mean by this sentence? Ball is in your court means now it is your chance to show what you can do. So such types of idioms the machine cannot understand, because machine takes literal meaning of it. So if it takes a literal meaning, there must be something which will be able to identify that this is a idiom, or this is a sarcastic sentence. What does it does not mean literally what is been written. So to handle such things, we have some challenges. Another could be data sparsity. For example, as I said, for English and Hindi, a lot of corpus or trained models are available, because a lot of work has been happened in these two languages. But what about other languages of India, or else whole world? We will consider India. So is there any work happening? Yes. In every region, for example, south, north, east, west, at least one language is being taken care by different IITs to, and they have made a vocabulary for called as Bhashini. Bhashini is an app. It's an Indian app for handling different Indian languages. So this you may also have encountered that while using Google Translator. If you speak in some regional language, it will not convert it into exactly what we require, because Google Translator also works on a list of data set. Just say word to vec is one thing, which we will be discussing later, which will have some limitation because some pronunciation is different. So due to this your Google Translator won't be giving an exact meaning, but yes, more than 85% accuracy will be there for that model, or the confidence will be there for that model. But uh, now Bhashini is an application which has been made for Indian languages, because within India also, within a country, within a state, Maharashtra also, there is different Marathi being spoken by Pune, different Marathi, Mumbai, Vidarbha, Konkani. So all these things are data specific, multilingual corpus. And the fifth one, and the most important one, ambiguity. Ambiguity is nothing but having multiple meaning for a single word. For example, bear. This bear word could have two meanings, like she cannot bear the loud noise. Now, in this sentence, she could not bear the loud noise. This bear is nothing but a verb, it's an action. If it is considered as a noun, an animal, then the entire statement will not have any meaning, right? So, such ambiguous word makes your machine difficult to process a state. Do you all agree with me? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, going ahead. Now, there are different types of ambiguity available. So, what are the different types of ambiguity? Like, he is looking for a match. Now, match, the word match is also an ambiguous statement. Like, what do you understand by this word match? It could be like partner, or else it could be like uh, a cricket or football match, right? So he is looking for a match. Writing this statement plays a very difficult situation for me, right? Next, there are three types of ambiguity: lexical ambiguity, syntactic ambiguity, and referential ambiguity. Now, what do you mean by these all things? Very first method is very first common the error which happens is lexical ambiguity. Like I said, she can't bear the loud noise. So over here, the word bear could be considered as a noun or else a verb. So if it is considered as a noun, then the statement will not have any meaning. But if this statement is where is considered as a verb, then it will have some meaning. The statement will have some meaning. So lexical ambiguity happens when a particular word has more than one meaning, right? And syntactic ambiguity is nothing but in the sentence, there will not be any word which has multiple meaning, but the entire sentence will be written in such a way that after reading the sentence, you will find different, you can have different perspective. Like a man saw a boy with a pair of binocular. So a man saw a boy with a pair of binocular, which means that what either a man is seeing someone, seeing a boy who is having a pair of binocular, or else a man using the binocular is seeing a boy. Are you getting? So there are two meanings coming out of this sentence. A man saw a boy with a pair of binocular. And the last type of ambiguity is nothing but referential ambiguity. Ajay and Vijay were sitting in a classroom, then he left. Now, who is this he? Whether Ajay left the classroom or Vijay left the classroom, there is an ambiguity. So differential ambiguity generally happens when a noun is used and after a noun, a pronoun is used. So in short, I could say that to resolve this ambiguity, your most important thing is to having a knowledge of part of speech. Part of speech which we used to study in second, third standard, same. So part of speech is nothing but your noun, proper noun, common noun, adjective, your verbs, modal verbs, preposition, and so on. So such type of lexical ambiguity you can resolve using part of speech tagging. So she will be a pronoun. Cannot is nothing but a connecting verb. Your bear is nothing but a verb. The is a determiner. Loud is an adjective. Noise is nothing but a verb, adverb. So this way, if you will able to identify the correct part of speech, then you will be able to resolve the lexical ambiguity. Now, syntactic ambiguity can be resolved using parsing technique. Now, what do you mean by parsing technique? Parsers, have you heard about parsers? Compiler, parser, right? So compiler is nothing but what? It process your program. So if it is processing your program and checking for errors. So for example, a simple program we have written to add two numbers. So when we are adding two numbers, we have written in C language. So what will happen if you in C language, what is said that every statement should end with a semicolon. If you forget to write a semicolon in a printf statement for printing something, what will it give? It will give an error called as syntax error. Similarly, if you will open a parenthesis and if you forget to close a parenthesis in the program, it will give you an error saying that it's a syntax. So such type of errors are being taken care by the parsers. Same way, in natural language processing, your entire text is considered as an input and parsers are nothing but designed using the part of speech and vocabulary list. So using this, we say that if I can parse the statement like a man saw a boy with a pair of binocular, then I will say that yes, the meaning meaning is a man is having the binary. And what are the application? Why we are resolving all these things? Because in you may have heard about generative AI and all. So if you giving a sentence and then generate an image out of it, what the image I can draw? I can draw only that image which I have understood from the text. So either I should make a man with a binocular and a boy standing and a boy in front of him, or else I should draw a man and a boy, and the boy should handle a binocular. And the third one is referential ambiguity, which can be resolved using Hobbes algorithm. We will see in later part of our presentation. So now moving ahead, what are the different applications of it? So we can take a pause and ma'am, if whether a chat is available to students, participants? Yes, okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
okay, okay, I could see that. Uh, so as we also know that different applications could be like Google information retrieval system, information extraction system, this Naukri.com and Monster.com or any job recommendation application is done using two programs. We can also create such applications that we will see in later stage. We have to just parse the resume of the student and extract the skill set out of it and from of the student, and from the company's website we have to extract the job requirement. And if the skill set and the job requirement matches, we say that this person can apply for this company, right? So when we upload our resumes, when we used to upload our resumes on a naukri.com, on a monster.com, or else nowadays on LinkedIn, what is happening actually? It is actually fetching the skill set out of our resumes. For example, if I have written I know Python, MongoDB, or I have worked in MERN-Stack, what does it mean? It means that the keywords are this person knows the Python, SQL, MongoDB. And if the company is looking for freshers, and if the company is looking for people who know who has an experience in Python, what will happen? My match will happen. The match of my skill set will match with the list of my skill set will match with the job's requirement, and I will get a notification that you can apply in XYZ company, right? So such small application we can develop. Machine translation system is nothing but, as I said, it is either your rule-based approach or else it's a neural network-based approach. It's nothing but language translation. Query answering system like Quora or else ChatGPT, speech recognition system, text categorization, like in everyone's email box nowadays, text is getting, emails are getting filtered, spam, non-spam, text summarization, recommendation engine by different e-commerce website, and also a fake news detection and a fake profile detection for under social network analysis. So all these things are nothing but applications of NLP. Okay, so now since we have got a very good introduction about what is NLP, let's see how the NLP works. So if you are planning to build up any applications of NLP, the very first step which you have to go through is called as morphological analysis. Now, what do you mean by this morphological analysis? It is simply your tokenization. Tokenization means the text written in your corpus. For example, I have written, India is my country, I love my country. So these two sentences are been written. So what will happen? It will just fetch the information like India is my country. Love. So what has happened? First word, second word, third word, fourth word, and now fifth word, sixth word. My and country has already come in my vocabulary. So I will not give a separate labeling to these numbers. So in my vocabulary, 6 words will come up. India is my country and I love. So what is actually happening in the vocabulary? I have listed all the unique words from my corpus. So unique words means that repetition is not allowed. So 7 unique word I have found from these 2 lines. Now just imagine if you have a very big corpus of 1,000 pages. So how many vocabulary set can be generated? More and more vocabulary is available. Oh my God, what has happened? More and more vocabulary is available. Uh, that many words will be there in my that much training is being done. So morphological analysis deals with individual words which needs to be analyzed. Okay, and for doing that we have different pre-processing steps. This is the first stage, so it also include phonetics to be taken care of. Phonetics means what? Sound. So pronunciation has to be taken care. If it is input is in speech, the speech to text conversion, and then the text will be processed. So phonetics. After that, pre-processing steps, it means tokenization, which includes removing the punctuation mark, removing the accented characters, converting the whole text into a smaller case, and removing the hyperlinks so that you can figure out what all important words are there in your list. Now, the most repeated, frequently used words are generally the stop words. So these stop words we need to remove. What do you mean by stop word? Like the, is, and so on. So such stop words we can reduce. And the very less frequently used words in the vocabulary will be the most important words. So those words can be used later to make a text summarizer. Okay. Next is syntactic analysis. Now, what do you mean by syntactic analysis? Syntactic analysis is nothing but checking the syntax of your statement. So, if I'm saying the can was rusted. So, what do you mean by this? The can was rusted. Now, here the is nothing but your determiner. Can could be a modal verb like can, could, shall, should, and so on. Or else it could be a noun. Was again is a linking verb. Rusted is my uh, adjective. So for representing these terminologies which I have written here are called as part of speech tag, and it is taken from the UPenn tree bank. Okay, so UPenn Tree Bank is a library which is available in Python. So you can easily get this library and understand what you mean by DT, MD, NN, LV, JJ, and so on. Okay, so the can was rusted. Over here, if it is a modal verb, then does not have any meaning. But if it is considered as a noun, then it has the sentence has some meaning. It can create or generate a image of a rusted uh, can also, right? So sequence, understanding the sequence of the word, and based on that, how these words are related is done in a syntactic analysis. The next one is semantic analysis. Means what? If a sentence is given as an input, first step, translate it into tokens. Second step, analyze how these tokens are connected to each other. Semantic takes care about the meaning. So you come across the words like bank. I am standing near a bank. It is very confusing statement because bank could be a financial bank, or else it could be a riverbank. So how should I imagine I'm standing near a bank? Second statement again written, I have come here to deposit some money. Now it is little bit clear because money, deposit, these two words deals with your word money, your finance. So the financial bank will be the most appropriate answer to my statement. So such type of understanding is done in semantic analysis. Next is pragmatic analysis, where we understand the concept. For example, as I said, close the door. It could be a request, it could be a order. So what is the context in which this sentence has been written? And the last one is discourse. Discourse is nothing but how the discourse is nothing but now we are talking to we are talking or we are having a meeting. So one speaker is speaking to another person and the other person is a listener. Now I have to write that speaker has taught discussed about NLP. So this entire two sentence that speaker is speaking in an event, then she discussed about NLP concept. These two sentences is nothing but together called as discourse. Now, what to resolve over here? Resolve is if you are using a pronoun, you need to resolve it that which noun it belongs to. Okay, so this is nothing but your overall idea about NLP. So you take up any application of NLP, it has to go through these 5 stages. Hello, can we proceed? Okay, so moving ahead, let me just check, is there any discussion? Yes, entire sentence will be splitted as word tokenizations. All articles, prepositions, pronouns should be removed. Articles can be removed, but pronoun we cannot remove because we have to understand the pronoun plays an important role. Okay. Okay, going ahead, morphological analysis. Now, what do you mean by morphological analysis? Morphological analysis, as I said, tokenization is the most important word. That is nothing but entire text will be converted into individual words, and unique words will be kept inside the vocabulary. And the size of the vocabulary is decided by the application programmer. So if the vocabulary size is set to be 100, we see that from the corpora 100 words has to be given into the vocabulary. More and more vocabulary, more and more the size, that much training can be done in that vocabulary set. So now what do you mean by stemming and lemmatization? Now stemming and lemmatization also plays a very important role in text pre-processing. What do you mean by that? For example, there is a small difference between this stemming and lemmatization. Stemming means what? If I am writing the word running, once I remove the suffix, what I will get? RUNN. So, but RUNN is having some spelling mistake because it does not have a dictionary meaning. So stemming just cut the suffix, whereas in lemmatization, the same word will be converted into a proper word because it checks the wordnet, and wordnet lemmatizer is the library which you can use in a Python. It is there. Wordnet lemmatizer helps us to identify. Wordnet is nothing but a lexical dictionary. It could be related like a Oxford dictionary which we have. So every word and its synonyms along with its part of speech, it will be explained there. So whenever a such suffix has been removed, it will identify using using the wordnet limitizer. Will check in the wordnet and identify the nearest correct spelling word, which will help us to figure out what is the correct. And limitation of stemming is it just removes the suffix. So, for example, if city is there, and if I have written cities, so removing IES will not help me to identify the correct word, right? IES is a suffix, but the ideally it must have been replaced by Y, right? Now, for doing that, for example, if again king, so should I have a habit of removing ing, then it will directly remove ing from here also. But if I remove ing from here, the only letter which has been left is k, does not have a meaning. So king is a complete word. I don't have to split it further. So how to identify that? So if you have a vowel after before your ing, it means you are supposed to remove the ing. And if you don't have a vowel, then you don't have to remove the ing. So over here, if you could see before ing, k is there, and k is a consonant. So that's the reason I said key for making an application in NLP requires the knowledge of the language. So if I am making a lemmatization or stemming I'm doing for English language, I should be aware of part of speech of English, stop words of English language. I should be aware about the grammar being discussed in English. Then only we can make a correct corpora for the same. Next is N-gram model. Now, what do you mean by N-gram model? It is also a very important concept. It is a language model. You may have heard about this large language model. So N-gram is nothing but predicting the next word. For example, if I have the word one, wn, so this might be n minus 1 and this might be n plus 1. So what is the probability that wn will come in front of after wn minus 1? So this plays a very important role. So it depends upon your conditional probability. So conditional probability, what does it says? He just check wn minus 1 and wn and divided by probability of how many times your previous word has come. So this says the probability of w of n coming up with n minus 1. So this is the conditional probability which we have studied in our mathematics. The same is used by n-gram model. N-gram is a generalized word. It could be a unigram. If one word at a time, I love my country, right? And it could be bigram, means two words at a time you have to see. I love my. And if it is a trigram, then we take up three words at a time. I love my country. So it's nothing but a language model, and the chat GPT and everything, which is actually an advanced version of this language model. It is nothing but large language model. It means that it is being trained on more than billion parameters. So what do you mean by this parameter now? For example, if I'm saying king, queen, prince, palace. So what is the common thing among all these things? King, queen, prince, palace. What do you think? What is the how I could categorize it as one word? What could be the categorization then? Kingdom, okay. It can also be royal. Royal could be also there. Huh? Rule, rule. Yes, ruling could be there. Or else we can also categorize it as royal. So anything which is royal could be considered like, that could also be there. So king, so all this, so this is the, what is the parameter? So parameter is your royal, and how much the word king belongs to the parameter royal by 99%. Palace, how much? 99%. Okay, so this is how you have to identify the parameters, and these parameters plays a very important role, because these parameters helps us to identify whether how much trained your model is. And the last one, inflectional and derivational morphology, is nothing but, as I said, morphemes is nothing but your words, right? So morphology means what? Is nothing but study about the morphemes. So inflection is nothing but if I don't change the part of speech by adding the word. For example, if I have written run and running, I have just added a suffix, and my run is my present tense, running is my is a present continuous tense. So what I would say that both are verb, no big change. But derivational is nothing but if you are adding a suffix, the entire concept gets changed. For example, if you are saying legal, so this is a legal document, I could say that it's a noun, whereas it needs to be legalized. So now it is something which is related with my adjective. So needs to be legalized. It's like I'm changing the part of speech. So derivational morphology is nothing but when we change the part of speech of a word. Next, syntax analysis, as I said, part of speech tagging plays a very important role, and it can be done using either rule-based or probability-based. Now, what do you mean rule-based? Rule-based could be like every time if you will see a determinant is there before a noun. So in the example of the can, was, rusted, here determinant is the is determinant. Now the can was having a confusion whether to consider this modal verb like can, could, shall, should, will, would, or else it could be a noun. So what is it? Was is a linking verb, rusted is a JJ, nothing but adjective. So rules all, if it is a rule, it means some restriction is there. So it is not an ideal approach, but it is also one of the approach. So rule base says that if there exists a noun, prior to that, there will be a DT. So if there exists a determinant, the next word will be generally a noun. So based on rule base, I can easily say that this can word is nothing but a noun. But is it always correct, or is there every time there is some rules available? No. So that's the reason we go with mathematical model, that is hidden Markov model. Hidden Markov model is a very famous algorithm or very famous model. Whenever there is a sequence of data, the one state to another state means a sequence of data. For example, in a student engagement also, if you could see in for example, if you have a LMS available with you, learning management software, so if you want to track a student's progress, so what you could see that how he is clicking on, whether he is going through the video completely or not. So it depends upon his click, whether he has seen the video completely. For example, it could be a chance that he has started with the video, then paused, then going ahead, then paused, then going ahead. And some student, what they do, they don't pause, they don't see anything, they just go to the end, and they just increase the speed or something like that, and they will just end the video. So as a teacher, what we can do is we can create some in between quizzes, right? So if you are answering this quiz, then what will happen? It means that student is attentive, engagement is there. So when he answers the quiz, a log record is getting generated. He started the video, he attempted the quiz, and then he again start, फिर pause the video, फिर play, फिर end. So in सबका timestamp, this the timestamp is also been added in your log record. So based on this timestamp, you can use this hidden Markov model to analyze the performance. The same could be done by many applications, like nowadays you have grok applications are available, which can be used to analyze the log record like that. Okay, so this is nothing but your hidden Markov. So hidden Markov says that the next state depends upon the previous state. So using emission probability matrix and state transition matrix, we can identify that what is the probability that a model verb will come after a DT, and what is the probability that noun will come after a DT. So we will find this probability and multiply it with how many times in the corpus can is considered as model, how many time can is considered as noun. Based on this probability, we can identify the correct part of speech. I hope everyone is able to relate with what we are discussing. Next is parsing technique. Okay, so wait a second. Okay, so parsing technique is nothing but as I said earlier, it's a parser method to identify if you can derive a statement or not from the given grammar. Next one is your semantic analysis. Now, what do you mean by semantic? It is one of the important. Have you ever noticed some words are related, but still they have different meaning? Like homophones. Can anyone tell me any example of homophone? Yes, weak could be one example. What else? Right, RIGHT and WRIT, right? So this could also be one example. Sun, right? Very nice, Sonal. So homophones are nothing but those words which have the same sound. For example, as Madam has said, sun, or else WRITE, right? RIGHT. So these are words which are having same sound, same phone means sound, homo means same. So same sound, but different, entirely different spelling and entirely different meanings. And some words are called as homonym. Homonyms are those words which have multiple meaning. This is the main reason because of which lexical ambiguity happens. For example, bear, bank, or else bark, a tree bark or a dog's bark, or else what else you could figure out. Okay, so homonym is nothing but a same word, same spelling, same sound, but different meaning. Bank could be a river bank could be a your blood bank, it could be a financial bank. Synonyms could be, you all know, synonyms are nothing but same, same words, same similar words having same meanings. For example, small, tiny, couch, sofa, and so on. Antonyms are nothing but opposite words, small, big, and so on. Hypernym and hyponym. This is also one of the important concepts. Hypernym is nothing but the superset. So hypernym, you could say that it is a superset. Superset, for example, I could say vehicle. Vehicle is a hypernym. तो उसका subset क्या होगा? Subset will be nothing but, for example, it could be a two-wheeler vehicle or a three-wheeler vehicle, auto, a bus, car, and so on. So hypernym is nothing but a superset, which means superset means what? It's a vehicle or something like such example. And hyponym is nothing but part of it. Hypernym is nothing but a subset of it. Meronym and holonym is also connected words. Holonym means what? Something which is complete. For example, it could be like a classroom. So classroom can be considered as a holonym. तो उसका meronym क्या रहेगा? Something which is part of something. Like classroom, if classroom is a holonym, then meronym could be a bench. Are you getting? So in a classroom, a tube light could be there, a blackboard could be there, table chair will be there. So meronym is nothing but part of something, and holonym is on a whole. Are you getting? Yes. So why are we discussing all these different types of words? Because in semantic analysis, what we are doing, we are trying to identify the meaning. Now, meaning means there must be a dictionary. So for that, we have a dictionary called as WordNet. And for multiple or multilingual, we have BabelNet. So WordNet is a very strong and important library which is available. It's available online using a browser or a CDN, you can use this WordNet. So hierarchically organized lexical database that contains the synset. So if I will search the word WordNet, if I am searching for the word bank, so what will appear? It will appear that bank as noun could be a financial bank. There's some money in financial bank or institute, which will say like this, where some finance related transaction happens. So this is one definition. Another, it will say that it is a blood bank. Money, blood related information is been stored. Another, it could also say that it is a river bank, saying that it is in between the land and river to stop water from coming up. And then it can also be considered as a verb. And if it is a verb, means it's an action, banking something or something like that. So banking a horn or a door or something like that. So it could be considered as an action also. So this entire description will be there in my WordNet if I search for the word bank. So what does WordNet helps to? WordNet helps to identify or resolve the word sense ambiguity. So word sense disambiguation is nothing but, in natural language, the meaning of a word may vary as per its usage in sentence and the context of the text. So word sense disambiguation involves interpreting the meaning of a word based upon the context of its occurrence. So if I'm saying that I am standing near a bank, this is my first sentence. I am standing near a bank. My next sentence is bank was constructed in 1990. Okay. I have come here to deposit my check. Now, this is the example of polysemy. Why polysemy? Multiple statements are there in the corpus. Every statement is ambiguous because in every statement the word bank exists. So the very first sentence then will give me a confusion. that bank is nothing but a river bank or else a financial bank. Next bank will give me a confusion that this bank is nothing but your again a confusion, a river bank or else a different bank. Right. The next third sentence will help me to find the correct answer. That is nothing but I have come here to deposit my check or cash. So it is clear now. Yes, it belongs to financial. This is my understanding. But will the system be able to understand it? No. I have to give that instruction that you have to understand it like this. So for that, we have a solution. Using Lesk algorithm, we can resolve such problems. So what we can do in Lesk algorithm, we create two bag. This bag means vocabulary list. Okay. In NLP context, we always say bag. Okay. So bag में क्या होगा? There is one bag called as sense bag, another is called as context. So what does sense bag will do? Sense bag will find out the ambiguous word. Sense means meaning. Okay, for which you are getting confused. And context means other than that word, whatever is existing. Find the definition of that. For example, on burning coal, we get ash. No, this ash is nothing but an ambiguous word. Why? Because when I looked into the word net, I found that the very first meaning was it is a tree of olive family. Second meaning was the solid residue left when combustible material is thoroughly burned or oxidized. Third sense which I have got is to convert into ash. Okay, so it's a verb now. Now these three meanings are there. Now what is the correct meaning for my word ash over here? I have to find. So for that, what I did, I looked into the context word. So what are the context words over here? On burning coal, we get ash. So on to is a preposition, so I will not take care of it. Burning and coal could be a best context for finding out the meaning of my ash. So let's check on the word net what is the meaning of coal. So first answer I got, it's a piece of glowing carbon or burnt wood. So the keyword which was written was burn. तो यहाँ पे भी वो word है burn. Second है charcoal. And the third one is a black solid combustible substance formed by partial decomposition of vegetable matter without free access to air and under influence of moisture and often increased by increased pressure and temperature that is widely used as fuel for burning. So again the keyword burn is matched and a solid combustible. So I found that most overlapping word is there with the meaning number 2. None of my explanation of coal is showing that it is a tree. None of my explanation is showing that it is some action. So I say that the sense 2 is the clear winner, or sense 2, the meaning of ash is nothing but solid residue left when combustible material is thoroughly burnt. Are you getting? So what is happening in Lesk algorithm? We are using an overlapping approach. Means we are finding out the meaning of the confusing or ambiguous word from the dictionary. Along with that, we are also finding the meaning of the context word. When we find the meaning of the context word, whichever meaning is having maximum overlapping of words, that sense is considered as the final. So in this example, on burning coal, we get ash. Over here, the ash is nothing but the solid residue. It's not a tree, it is not an action. It is a solid residue left when combustible material is thoroughly burnt. Are you getting? So this is one of the Lesk algorithm is one of the approach. Other than that, you can also go with supervised learning approach or unsupervised, semi-supervised approach. But Lesk is generally used by all the most of the application which is looking for or resolving the issue of word sense disability. Moving ahead, the last one is pragmatic and discourse processing. So what do you mean by this pragmatic and discourse now? Pragmatic is nothing but a study of how a context influences the interpretation. For example, whether it's a sarcasm statement, or whether it's an idiom, or whether it's an order, or whether it's a request, it all depends upon the punctuation marks, the emojis which we use generally, or any for if I'm writing dot later at the end of the statement. So this helps us me to understand the context. And reference resolution is nothing but to identify using the linguistic expression. Means if an noun is used there and a pronoun is there, so that pronoun belongs to which noun. Okay. So now I think we have seen an good overview of all the topics of NLP which are important one. We could take a revision, something like that. Ma'am, is it possible to have a quiz on Mentimeter now?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Okay. Yes, yes. Okay, thank you. So, okay. So just scan this, wait, just scan this one. I will just start the quiz. I could say that 2, 3 people have joined. If any difficulty, let me know. Are you able to scan and see the questions?
Ma'am, the questions are visible. However, it would be great if you could just share the link in the chat box if possible.
Yes,
Hello?
yes, no issue.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, 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 I'm doing the same. Is all the questions visible to everyone? Alfia ma'am, could you please help me out whether people are able to see the first question, second and third, three?
Yes,
Three.
ma'am. I can see it on the screen,
It's visible,
honestly.
no? Three.
Yes, yes, it's visible.
Okay, it's visible. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I have got few entries here. We'll see the results. So very first question was regarding the topic, that is a pilot likes flying plane. What do you think? What is the correct option? A pilot likes flying plane. So the correct answer to this is syntactic ambiguity, because in the sentence there is no such word which has multiple meaning. So this entire sentence itself has two meaning, that either the pilot likes to see flying plane or else he likes to fly the plane. Okay, so this is how it is ambiguous. So such type of ambiguity we say it as syntactic ambiguity. Next, I could see the she went to the bank. Now, uh, she went to the bank. Confirm it is not a referential ambiguity. The reason is that for a referential ambiguity to happen, there must be a mention about a noun before the pronoun. For example, if it was written ki Suja is standing near the bank, then it is written she went to the bank. So yes, it is an still it is not referential ambiguity, because only one noun is mentioned. So if it is written Suja and Sujata were sitting near the bank, then she went to the bank. Then there is a confusion, because she is a female gender, and the names written, both the names are female. So as per the gender agreement, it is a ambiguous statement. Next, why it can't be a lexical, or else why it is a syntactic ambiguity. See, the major difference between lexical and syntactic is that lexical says a single word will be there in your statement, which will have multiple meaning. So this example is a actual answer to this example is a that it is a lexical ambiguity, because the bank has multiple meaning. Whereas it is not syntactic ambiguity. The reason is that the entire sentence, it is see, both way we can consider lexical or else syntactic, but over here lexical ambiguity is the most important. Bank word ke wajah se there is a confusion, so that's why it is a lexical ambiguity. Syntactic says that in the sentence there will be no such ambiguous word. So here in this example, there is ambiguous word. So since there exists an ambiguous word, it is a lexical ambiguity rather than a syntactic ambiguity. Next is next question was to mention about different application. Yes, I could see that many people have written a lot of application. Happy to see that someone has written Bhashika also. So it means Bhashini or this application is being used. E-commerce could be there, predictive virtual assistant, search engine, right? Email filtering, correct? Voice assistants, yes. Hey Siri, yes. So of course, Alexa or chatbot is something which we use every day. Facebook comment, okay, product review, yes, of course. These are some application which we use every day. We get recommendation on our e-commerce website, so it's an application. We do chat on WhatsApp where auto completion or auto correction happens. So yes, it is an application of uh, NL. Okay, so now we will pass our, we'll continue with our presentation. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so where were we? So here the discussion on the NLP concepts, we are in at the end. And now we will see how to apply this NLP. Okay, so whatever we had studied till now was related with the theory and how a text can be processed. Now, once we have understood how a text can be processed, that is nothing but all these stages, we now have to apply this knowledge. Now, how to apply this knowledge is what is the our session 2 comprises of, right? So we say that the recommendation is an LP application, or it is recommending something, or else if I'm writing the word royal, it is directly identifying the words like king, queen, palace, kingdom, and so on. So how the word royal, king, royal and the word king related? How much percentage, by how much percentage these two words are related? So for that, we need to understand the concept of word embedding. Word embedding plays a very much important role. The reason is that the entire applications, whichever we have discussed till now, works around the word embedding. How? Because if I'm saying that, say for example, I will say that FDP. So the moment I say FDP, other person may say that it is something training. Second one will say that it is related to faculty. Third person will say that it is related to some course. The fourth person will say that it is related to certificate. So something related words, although these words are not synonym to each other, but they are related words. So as the same example, so we will take the same example of royal. So can I say that mango is also related with the word royal? Yes, because in Hindi text we have studied that आम फलों का राजा होता है. मतलब what do you mean this? राजा तो word king है और आम फलों का राजा है. तो means mango is considered as a king of fruit. So the word mango also has some or other relation with the word king. So if I say in the training, the word is being trained for the word royal, I will say that yes, even the corpus or the testing statement can have the word mango, and with how much percentage mango is related. So I will say that mango is related with around 70%, because we have only that much amount of data available where it has been stated that mango word and the royal word is similar words. So this is nothing but word embedding. And how to write or how to get such conclusion using different approaches. So there are three approaches which are generally applied in word embedding. Very first is word to vec, which is generally used. So if I am saying that I am browsing a e-commerce website, and in e-commerce website I am looking for some white shirt. I'm looking for some white shirt. Okay. So now when I search for, when I write on my structured, so of course it is an unstructured data. No? So I am writing WHITE, white with shirt. Where the moment I click on the search button, it will display all the white shirts which are available on Amazon. Say for example, we are taking Amazon website. E-commerce platform. So white के साथ क्या off white also come? Yes, because the word off white is there. So white shirt, the off white shirt it has also come. White and black strip shirt has also come. So why it is all coming? Because it is checking for the similarity of words. Okay, it is checking in the context of the statement. So when I'm looking for some particular apparel, if there exists an option to filter your apparels, then it will check for the exact word. Otherwise, what it will do in the context or in the description of the apparel, if that white word comes, it will just fetch that word and display on your screen. You never know ki while looking for white shirt, I also liked off white, and instead of buying white, I bought a off white shirt. So this helps the customer to have multiple option by context based search. So this is done using word2vec. Inside the in word2vec, there are two options. Now what is word2vec? Word2vec मतलब word to vector format. तो word को vector format में कैसे convert करते हैं? We have to look into it. So the very same example, as I said, I love my country. I would say that put it in your vocabulary. I love my country मतलब tokenization. ये तो सबसे important word step है, first step. So I का है 1, labeling is done 2, my is 3, country is 4. Now this I will have a vector which will be like this. Means what? I is now converted in terms of zeros and 1. And in the first position, since I is labeled as 1, therefore the 1 is been put. And the length of the vector depends upon your vocabulary size. So love का क्या रहेगा? 0, 1, 0, 0. My का what will do? 0, 0, 1, 0. And what will happen with country? 0, 0, 0, 1. Are you getting? So every word will be converted to vector format. And this type of vectorization is called as one-hot encoding. So what is the usage of converting this? Because system does not understand the meaning of word. Na? It understand only numbers. So it has to understand the meaning of it. So for that, we are converting it into digits, that is 1 and 0. So now what will happen? SIBO. This is another inside word2vec. There are two methods, SIBO and skipgram, that we will see. So word2vec is a prediction based method. So if it is a prediction based method, means it is a neural network. Now what do you mean by neural network? Neural network is nothing but works on neurons. Neurons is same as your cell, as your brain cell. For example, there will be a activation function, there will be some input and one output, that is called as axion, and this is nothing but dendrites which will accept the input. So dendrites will connect with other cell bodies, other neurons, and it will pass the message. So this is your neuron, and this human neuron is directly converted into your artificial intelligence neural network. So what is neural network? Neural network is nothing but having some input connected to a hidden layer and then an output layer. So this entire neurons is considered as new input, and when I am connecting with all these things, what will happen? There will be some weights associated. So For example, just relate it with your own self. If you get your little toe is hurt, and along with it your hand is also hurt, it the signal goes to your brain. So how it react, the the part of the body which is hurt, which you got hurt more, you will react to that part of body first. So if it is a hand, then you will see to your hand first, and then you will see to your little toe, right? So similarly, every input has some weightage. So whether to give weightage to your one first input or second input or third input depends upon what type of output you require. So this all considered as xi, this all considered as wi. So your y output is always sigma xi yi wi. So once you multiply your input and weight and do the summation for all these things, you get an output. And if your output matches with your predicted output, then you say that it is the correct weight. Otherwise, again go change the weight, update it. Are you getting? So this is nothing but your neural network concept. So now this same neural network concept is been put into word2vec, where now here the inputs are nothing but your words. So I love my countries are my words which needs to be put into this neural network. But this neural network understand only the words numbers. So it has to convert it into one hot using one hot encoding. It has to be converted into vector form. Now, how to convert into vector depend upon the vocabulary size. Since my 4 words were there in my vocabulary, I will have 4 length. 4 will be the length of my each vector. The first word is I, so it will be labeled as 1. So we have to write it like 1,000. Similarly, love could be 0100. Third word, fourth word. So once it is done, this has been fed to this neural network along with weightage. Now after that, in my text, if I have written I like my country, so how much is the similarity between the word love and like is calculated using either cos theta, that is cosine similarity, or else TF-IDF. Okay, this is nothing but term frequency and document inverse document frequency. So using this either cosine similarity or TF-IDF will help me to identify whether the word love and like is same or not. This is count based method. So this is one approach. Okay. Now what is SIBO method? So continuous bag of words is nothing but which is used by generally word2vec is used by Google for predicting the word embeddings. Like if you are now if you will search for FDP on AI in education, you will be able to see the timing date of the event. The ATAL word will come because it is ATAL FDP. You will see the college name also. You will see the topics which are been taken under this thing. So how it is predicting, because the college has published that STTP or that FDP on the internet. Even the ATAL's website will be having that. So from there it will fetch those content and it will predict ki, yes, if the word AI in education has come up, then it will showcase this information. So SIBO is doing what? It is predicting the target word from the surrounding context. So if I will write artificial intelligence in education, and then I will write Kalsekar College, then I will write FDP, then what will happen? It will just see the context, and based on that, it will say that 13 September to 18 September, the dates of the FDP. So what is it is actually doing? It is predicting the target word from the surrounding word. So in this case, the context word will be given as a input. So if I write I, my country, automatically the word love will appear as a output. Skipgram is opposite. Skipgram क्या करेगा? The target will be given as an input and it will predict the context. So it will say that, for example, I will say the target as education. So the context could be a college, institute, students, teacher, course, etc. Okay, the skipgram and SIBO is entirely opposite to each other. SIBO predicts the target from the surrounding word. Skipgram predicts the context word from the target. Okay, so to learn word embeddings. Okay, and what is used by Facebook for predicting it's a fake profile, or else predicting sentiment, or else to predict the friends. It uses it enhances the word to word by representing words as character. So instead of writing I, it will write I as one word, then L, then O, then B, then E, then M, Y. Means it is what doing? It is character by character, it is storing in the vocabulary. So that is nothing but called as fast text. So this is very common words nowadays. If you will Google on NLP, applied NLP, or how applications are built up. So these are the uh, common libraries which are generally used. And Glove. Glove is nothing but being used by Duolingo for commonly occurring to co-occurrence. So co-occurrence is nothing but what, for example, the two words which generally happens to be together, like New York, the first issue which we had discussed, New York. So New York is something which is very famous to for any wordnet to understand that this is nothing but a place, a city, right? So Glove will do what? It will, instead of representing word as a character to capture the subwords, it will instead it will take two words at a time for the entire corpus. So generally for language translation, Duolingo, if you are aware, it is nothing but used as an application for learning different languages. So if you are saying something, it will translate it and give. So two words at a time is what Glove is doing. So as now tokenization, you all might be aware that tokenization is nothing but splitting the words in of a sentence. Part of speech you all have on. What is name entity recognition? This is one of the important concepts. Name entity recognition is nothing but, for example, Apple is looking for freshers. This is first sentence. Second sentence, I have an Apple iPhone 17. Next time, I had apple in the morning. I had an apple in the morning. So if you could see these three sentences, everywhere a common word apple is been written. So if I consider all the apple as a fruit, obviously I will not it will not help me to find the meaning of the word. So what it will has to do, my system will tag every entity. Entity means something which has some meaning, right? So apple is an entity where here in the first sentence it will be tagged as organization, because Apple is a company name who is looking for fresher. How did it identify this apple is not a fruit but an organization? By the context. He is looking for freshers. So obviously freshers is nothing but one who is not experienced. So it will identify that this word is an organization. I have an Apple iPhone. So over here, this Apple will be tagged as product. Why? Because it is a brand. It is a company who is providing iPhone, and iPhone 17 is something which is now in news. So obviously it will be able to identify that this Apple is not, it could be a product, or else it can also be tagged as organization if it is considered as a company name. This apple is a fruit, it will identify because I had an apple in the morning. So had an apple in the morning, uh, you cannot have a product in the morning. So we generally says that I had an apple means something past tense, means you ate some apple. That's the reason this will be termed as a fruit. So this type of tagging is called as named entity recognition. So in any machine language translation, along with tokenization and part of speech tagging, the very next activity which happens is named entity recognition. Then co-reference, you have known, it is nothing but resolving the pronoun. Sentiment, as we know, it's positive, negative, and so on. So what are the basic libraries which are generally used in NLP? The very first important toolkit which is available is NLTK. So NLTK is nothing but Natural Language Toolkit. All applications, all libraries are available inside this NLTK. So first step, first and foremost thing is to import NLTK library. The very next is SPACY. This NER problem, name entity recognition, to be done, can be done using the library called as SPACY or else Stanza. Okay, so SPACY is the fastest NLP framework. It is easy to learn. It has one single highly optimized tool for each task. So for NER, also there is a solution. For performing machine language translation, also there is an option in SPACY. For performing summarization, summarization could be of two types actually, extractive and abstractive. Now, what do you mean by extractive and abstractive? I would like to say extractive is nothing but extractive and abstractive. By the name itself, you may have cleared it. Extractive is nothing but find out the keywords. Keywords could be those words which are important words. Okay. And then rewrite the sentence. So you are not adding any new word to it. Okay. So you are not adding any new word. But in abstractive, you are adding new words. For example, if you are paraphrasing something, or else if we are you want to be summarized in a third person format, so you will obviously add some new words. So abstractive is nothing but it will not have the entire corpus as it is. It will instead perform minimize or paraphrase the statement using new words. So this abstractive summarization or else extractive summarization is can be done using SPACY. Then scikit-learn is required for if you want to perform a spam filtering or else any classification type of or application if you are generating, then you require this toolkit. And Genzim is one of the most important because, as I said, this word to vec can easily be done using the library called as Genzim. Okay, because all the neural network based models are performed using the library called as Genzim. So if you are having a deep learning architecture, for example, a long sentence is there and you have to identify the sentiment. For example, feedback is written like, I liked the session, but it was very interactive as well, but it was very long. So entire feedback has three statements. So my system needs to remember what was the sentiment in the first sentence, then the second sentence, and then the third sentence. So and then it has to give a overall sentiment of that particular feedback. So this cannot be done directly using a polarity based. It has to have some neural networking. So that is nothing but an LSTM, long short-term memory, or else recurrent neural network, RNN. So using Genzim, we can use these two libraries. So I have listed few libraries and models which are there in this like name entity recognition, like Spacey, uh, Stanford Core NLP for NER application. Then we also have a Hugging Face transformer, which is a website on which a lot of pre-trained models are available, like BERT, Robota, Distill BERT, or fine-tuned for NER applications. May I know on the chat if anyone has used any of this library before? Okay. 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 So which library, Professor Narendra? Spacey and NLTK, is it right? Okay. So, okay. So other than this specific application, if you are looking for, then we can go with Spacey and in that we have to pipeline few pre-trained models like Encore Web SN, Encore Web MD. These are nothing but the libraries which are available. A pre-trained model itself is available, which has been trained for a corpus. Then when we give an input, it will directly identify which is an organization and so on. Hugging Face transformer could be like BERT, Robota, Distilbert, and so on. Other than that, we have Flare, LNNLP for performing this NER. But out of all these things, I found Spacey as the best one if you are using a pre-trained pipelines. And if you have a GPU with you available, so you can also go for a Robota or BERT model for NER task. But then that Spacey will serve your function, serve your use case. Now for language translation, as I said, from one language to another, you should have a very good pre-trained model with you, because translating a language is not a small thing, because it should be trained for that many applications. Like, so a pre-trained model for many language pair optimized for translation includes FairSec, which is a Facebook AI M2M100 WMT trained transformer. OpenNMT is also available. This machine translation are of two types: either rule-based approach, that is static machine translation, or else it can be a neural network-based approach. So for neural network is generally used, because static, when we use, there is some limitations in the rules. So we can go with neural network based machine models framework like OpenNMT. Otherwise, Google's TFI text to text transfer transformer can also be used. And client side translation in Firefox is done using Bergamot project. For handling pragmatics. Now, what do you mean by pragmatics? As I said, to caption the hidden meaning of a context. So for that, we have BERT, we have GPT. We can also look for the entire context of the corpus, because when, for example, if I have written I am sitting in my room to take this session. While going, please close the door. So, based on the previous statement, it is very clear that please close the door would be a request, because I am into some other task. But if I am saying that I am watching TV, I am feeling very lazy, just close the door. Why can't you close the door? So this is now not a request. It is nothing but a order. So if you will track the conversation history, you will be able to identify the intent. You means your application. Now, common sense reasoning models like some of the external knowledge base like concept net can be used for this implication. Now, the most frequently used model is your TF-IDF. What do you mean by this TF-IDF? TF-IDF is nothing but term frequency and inverse document frequency. What do you mean by term frequency? Term frequency means how many times a particular word has appeared in the document. So how many times, what is the frequency of the term in your document? And document frequency means in how many document this term has appeared. In how many document this term has appeared. So when we say that in an e-commerce website, I am writing a filter saying that looking for white colored t-shirt. So white colored t-shirt. Now the word white may have appeared in lot of pages of my e-commerce website. So in multiple sections, the word white may have appeared. But what is the next word? White colored t-shirt. Now the white and t-shirt word should be together. Then only I have to filter it out. So what it will do, it will check for how many times the word white t-shirt has appeared, multiply it with inverse document frequency. Means what? Document means in how many pages the word white t-shirt has appeared. So inverse. So generally those top words are having the highest frequency. So I'm using inverse DF so that the mostly जो word जिनके documents कम हैं, जिस word के लिए documents कम हैं, that only has to filter out. Okay, so scikit-learn offers this TF-IDF vectorizer. Gensim also provides TF-IDF modeling. NLTK, of course, provide this. And TF-IDF transformer can also be used for finding the word embedding for using TF-IDF. Now, so what is there in our future of NLP? We can say that multimodal AI, like combining text, image, audio as an input. If all the three inputs are being given, what will happen? So text I can perform. If an image is given, I have to extract the information from the image. For example, there is a discount going on in Amazon right now. So I could say that big billion sale or something like that. A poster is appear from this date to this date. So Diwali Dhamaka, there is a big billion sale. So my system should be able to fetch the information written in the poster, process it, and properly categorize and let me know that the sale is all about from which date to this date. So if information is about sale, so a date should be there to and fro from to right? Otherwise, what is the usage of the information? And then a venue where the sale is happening. Right. So from the poster, your Google Lens is doing the same. It is extracting the text out of your image and then processing. And if it is an audio, using the Vader or else Whisper, you can use these models for handling the audio to text conversion. Now, what is zero shot learning? So zero shot learning is nothing but all this thing till now, whatever we have studied is being done because these words exist in my vocabulary. But do we have the word great? Great is written generally like this, right? GREAT. But instead of that, if I'm writing like this, so does this word exist in my vocabulary. Is it any labeled? No. So to handle such type of new words is nothing but zero shot learning. So because there is no limit, this is this such words does not have any limit. Tomorrow some other keyword will be written so that to understand the word great, right? So such type of words are called as open class word because there is no limit. Closed class words are something which is having a limits, like preposition is a closed class word because it has some limit on, in, between, from, that's it. But a noun or else an adjective or else words like this cannot have some limit. So it is called as open class. So zero shot learning deals with handling such types of new words which are not labeled in the vocabulary. And ethical NLP or bias mitigation fairness. So AI ethics in AI is the most important thing which needs to be focused right now because it's AI bubble right now going on, and we are so much uh, uh, in favor of this AI that ethically or unethically we are using many of the things. So something has to be some restriction has to be put into, and for that a lot of working is being done. Now the last one is low resource. Now what do you mean by low resource language? So low resource language support is nothing but those languages for which there is no efficient vocabulary available. For example, if I say Malayalam, is there any library available which help me to identify? So yes, it is available, but very less in number. The TDIL, that is the government initiative, which is looking after this all, so that it can create some libraries for the same. Say, for example, Gujarati or else Sindhi or else Telugu, very less corpus available which are being trained or pre-trained models. So if I'm even the spellings, if I'm translate it into English also, the spellings will appear in such a way that the pronunciation will change. So low resource language is nothing but those language which does not have much vocabulary with us. So if vocabulary is not there, machine language translation will be a issue, right? So this is what the future of NLP is lying. Um, and I will just see now how these topics can be applied in through a program. So what I would like to see that as the topic deals with AI in education, where can we apply this NLP, right? We have studied, we have from the last 2 hours, we are going through different concepts of NLP. So is there really a requirement of NLP in education? Yes, we can have small Python programs can be written to, and we can ease our work of a teacher's work can be eased by using that TF-IDF vectorization or else any other algorithm which we have studied. So for this session, I have taken two programs in consideration. Very first is the student feedback analysis. So we generally design a feedback in the middle of the semester or and at the end of the semester. Why do we do that? Why do we take feedback of students? Now over here also I could see in the chat feedback link has been provided. So why do we do? Yes, for improvement, for sure, for improvement and to analyze the sentiment what is going through the feedback. So if the feedback form is been designed based on a star rating or else based on numbers, it is very easy. For example, 5 being excellent, 4 being very good, 3 being good, 2 means average, 1 means needs to be improved, something like that. So the such type of form is very easy to analyze because I can find a statistical analysis doing a mean or an average, median, or more. I could identify what is the rough sentiment going on in this class. But if my text is in an unstructured format, for example, I have been given some space to write my comment, and I have written that the session was good, but it was very lengthy, or else the session was good and I understood all the topics. Third, the speaker was not audible. So these are the 3 different feedbacks which I have got. Now, as I got these feedback, it means that I need to analyze it. So quantitative approach is something different. Writing something is different. So quantitative में चलो ठीक है, I can average it out and give a 4 rating out of 5 and it's done. But this hidden sentiment is written inside the text, because if someone is taking effort to write a feedback, it means that they have heard the session, right? So if I have written that speaker was not audible, it means that it is neither a negative nor a positive, but if you could say that the usage of the session was nothing but to hear the speaker. And if the speaker is not audible or something like that, it means it needs an improvement. Second feedback, like session was really good. It was very informative. So session was very good. The word good, positive. It was very informative, again positive. So now the sentiment will be, this is a positive feedback. Third, the session was good, but it was lengthy. I got disconnected in between. So now it is neutral comment, because early in the first sentence, the participant has written that it was good. Second sentence, the participant said that it is very lengthy, so it is uh, negative, towards negative comment. Third, I got disconnected. It is no, it's of no positive or negative. So what will be the overall comment? It will be a neutral comment. So I need to figure out such type of analysis. So we will see which all see such type of comment means it's a long sentence. 3 sentences means it's a long sentence. So there must be some neural network in behind which will help me to identify the sentiment. So this could be done using LSTM and which is available in Genzim library. Okay, so let's see that now. Are you all with me? Give me a thumbs up if you're there. Okay, चलो प्रोग्राम देखते हैं. First, we will understand the document and then we will execute it. Okay. Okay, so here a feedback is being made, feedback form. Just imagine there is a form being created with some numerical values like rating your speech speaker, and a section was there where I could give a textual comment also. So here it is written, this course was very good. And I have also, it is a labeled data set. So whatever neural network, see in neural network, it is not like one first step, second step, third step. No, your model is always getting trained. It is learning. So there must be a training done since it's neural network, it's like a training has to be done for your system. So what I have done, I have taken up 100 feedbacks and I have labeled it. Okay, so this course was very good. It's a positive feedback. The teacher's method is excellent, positive. I enjoy studying, positive. The syllabus was quite useful, again positive. So 30 comments are written for positive. I satisfied with this subject. Resource was very good, positive, improved. Evaluation was fair, positive. The teacher's approach was inspiring, again positive. मतलब 30, 33 positive, 33 negative I have added here in my list. Okay, so you could see, we'll move from here. Some negative comments also we will see. Help was not available, negative. Evaluation was unfair. The time management was poor. The course, so means what I have added 33 positive, 33 negative, and some 40 neutral comments. Okay, 34 neutral comments. So like this 100 statements are added. Neutral भी हम एक बार देख लेते हैं क्या क्या है. Support was available sometimes. Resource was somewhat useful, etc. etc. Okay, so like this, to train the system, I have added few statements. And what I did, I asked my input to get converted into CSV file, which is having around this CSV file is created. Always remember, in Python, we generally take up the data set in a CSV format. Okay, so CSV file is added. Then, so in case if you want to apply it in your college or school, what you could do is you can take the feedback through a form. You can download the Excel sheet and save it as .csv. Okay, so and this training file I will be sharing with you. So you can train your system using my file, this file. Okay, so this is the training done. So till now the actual feedback is not given as an input. That will be done in testing. Now, pandas for reading the statements. TensorFlow is one of the libraries which are used for processing the your neural network based models. And after that, you are reading the text using LSTM method. So you could see that you have to import sequential and you have to import embedding, LSTM and bidirectional. So what do you mean by this? This all are already pre-trained models which are available. These library modules you have to add. Okay. And after that, what will happen? Let's see. So once you have trained your model, you have to train your LSTM model on that data set. So you have created a data set, CSV file, then you are training your LSTM model. You are training your LSTM model with the available data set which you have made with 100 samples. I will be sharing this code with you all. And now I have in the meta index that negative will be labeled as 0, neutral will be 1, positive as 2. So based on each type of sentence. So if I have written the speaker was good, the session was good. The speaker good. These are the two keywords which I could figure out. Other all words are either stop words or connecting words. So these words can be removed and the keywords will be speaker. And since they have given a good remark, so good will be taken as 1. So based on these two words, a weightage is been set, and according to that, it is a positive comment. So some of the examples like this course delivered result beyond my expectation. So this statement was not there in my CSV. Still, it gave a positive prediction. You could see that 3 predictions are being given. First is negative, second one is neutral, and third one is positive. So as part of negative, it belongs 23%, 24% it belongs to your neutral, and 52% it is showing it is a positive comment. So there will be some statement where results and beyond my expectation. So some words will be matching. That's the reason it is saying 52% as positive. There were too many interruption during class, making learning difficult. So this is, they have written it's a positive, but I feel somewhere it gives some error also. And some other examples like speaker made the topic easy to learn. Positive, all activities were interesting. It's a generalized comment, so neutral. I learned a lot. Again, neutral, no specific mention about a topic. Now the course was okay, neither good nor bad. Neutral comment. Syllabus was tough, speaker was not audible. So clear-cut negative comment. So you could see that 41 is showing for negative. I did not learn anything. So negative. Okay. Because like this. So can we do it in some other language? Yes, we can also do it in some other language like Hindi, because Hindi is available. Hindi corpora is available. So you could see that same. I just changed the inputs. अध्यापक ने विषय को बहुत सरल तरीके से समझाया. पॉजिटिव 86%. क्लास में सभी गतिविधियां रोचक थे. पॉजिटिव. मैंने इस कोर्स में बहुत कुछ सीखा. अगेन पॉजिटिव. फिर कोर्स ठीक था, ना ज्यादा अच्छा ना ज्यादा खराब. न्यूट्रल. Okay, so you could see that even in both the language we can execute this such types of program. I will just post it on your chat so that you can try it at your end. Now, is it possible to share the file? Both English and Hindi I'm sharing. In whichever language you belongs to, this is a Python library, Python file which I'm sharing. So you have to open it on Google Colab. Okay. One is in English, another is in Hindi. So first you have to train, and then you can upload it. Okay. The file, the student file which is getting created, it will be created on your data set itself. So no need of sharing the drive files. Okay. So the CSV file will be auto-made when you will execute your program. Okay. Another which I would like to show you is from the concept of job recommendation. Okay, so job recommendation is also in we all belongs to an educational fraternity. It means that students are there. So students are there. They have a aim that they, when they are enrolling in any course, they are planning for placements or something like that. So every company nowadays are not checking the resumes manually. So very few companies will be there who will be looking after such 1,000 million uh, resumes which comes to their HR office. So what they do, they use such AI tools like agentic AI or else any AI tools, which helps them to identify what is the percentage of match between the company's requirement and the candidate's resume. So company, if it is looking for freshers, then the experience will be required will be zero. But if the company is looking for 7 years of experienced person at least, then in the resume there must be some column in which some place in which we have written the experience as 7 years and above. If it is written 5, so the company will reject the application. Otherwise, it will look into the next aspect. Next aspect is always the skill set. So nowadays, people are more into skill set. Skill set and mindset is the most important parameter on the basis of which companies look for students, looks for placement. So whether the mindset is a growth mindset or whether it's a fixed mindset, depending on that, whether he is ready to learn new things, because it's all agile. Every today you are learning Python, tomorrow there will be some other versions of Python, some other language, programming language will replace you. So are you able to adjust with the change which is happening? So that is what people are looking into you. So that is nothing but mindset. But what about skill set? Skill set can be verified either whatever you have written in your resume should required by the company. For example, if person is looking for if a company is looking for people who know C, Java, Python, and SQL, then of course these words must be written in your resume, right? So what we can do, we can, in fact, we can do other way around. So if I am I know that my resume needs to be shortlisted, I should look into the company's requirement and then only I should send my application. If they are looking for someone who is having a background knowledge of C++ and database, and if my resume does not have that because I don't know these languages, then there is no point in sending the resume to them and waiting for their opinion, right? So job recommendation could be done using Python in using TF-IDF. So what it does, it finds the similarity between the words which are written. So for this purpose, I should have two files with me. One file will be the resume file. So I will just select the files and upload a resume data set, and another should be your this thing, company's requirement. Okay, so the company's requirement is written in my CSV file lab4. For I'll just open it. So in this, at least two columns should be there: the name of the company and the job title for which I am approaching. For example, it could be a JavaScript full-time, full-stack engineer, web developer, and the skill set which are required. So Java, SQL, JavaScript, React, some requires only React, and so on. So there are some entries available for my company and the job description and the title, skill set. Along with it, it also has defined how many years of experience is required. So this data is available in a CSV format. Another data which I will require is two CSV files I will require. One is job requirement of the company, and second one will be the resume data. Okay, so from the resume, I will extract the name, email ID, year of experience, and skill set. So, say for example, Alison Hill is having 11 years of experience and he knows Python, Flask, and Django framework. Okay, so this is my resume which I have passed and kept in as a CSV. Now what will happen? I need to perform the similarity. That could be done using the inside the sklearn we have a library called as TF-IDF vectorizer and cosine similar. Okay, so let's first read both the resumes and the lab data or the company's requirement. And it found that Allison should prefer the job which is for given by backend developer. And how much is the matching score? 70. So out of all the companies available, you could see this is the file which we have got. Out of all the companies job requirement available, the best match is with the company called as 70% match is with the company lobster.io, and the 77.95 matches with the Luminata. So these two companies requirement matches with these two people. So instead of me calling all the 50 people, all the 50 candidate to my office for an interview, I will call only these two people because I have kept a threshold that 70% and above, if it matches, will recommend for the job. This is done using cosine. Now, what if I use a TF-IDF? Both are count-based methods. You could see that over here. Another file gets created. This will again show me what all options are there. So same, you got the same results that Allison should match 70% match with the same companies. Okay, so this way you can apply NLP knowledge in your education field. Yeah, I will put this as well on your chat. You have to just go to the Google Colab and upload the Python library, Python file, okay, Python notebook. Are you able to try these practicals?
Ma'am, is it possible to share the Google Collab link?
Google Collab link. Okay, we'll try.
Because it's not accessible to the participants from the chat box, no?
The file is shared. So is it not accessible? Matlab, they can download. Is it showing some error?
Yeah, actually, no, a lot of participants have already texted that please send it on the WhatsApp group.
Okay, no problem. I will just share.
Yeah, please do. Also, ma'am, your video isn't visible. If possible, you could please check.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, thank you.
Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Is it this way we can share the link? From here, is it like this? This link we have to share, is it like that?
Ma'am, you have the share button, no? Like towards the right hand side?
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah. There you can share it as a viewer access.
Anyone with the link, right?
Yes, ma'am. Please do share the link in the chat box. I'll also share the same on the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Yeah.
I put it inside the chat.
Okay.
The program as well. Okay, so I have shared all the three programs, even the file as well as the link. Okay, ma'am, could you please put it in your WhatsApp group?
Surely, ma'am. I'll do the needful.
Because
Thank you.
my WhatsApp is okay. Okay, if any doubt is then we can discuss. I just hope that everyone is trying out the program. Because this is something which you are in and out, you will be using, because for predicting job opportunity or else for predicting the sentiment of the feedback is something which we educators require to do it on and off, right? So I thought, why not showcase that itself. Other than this, also many applications you can design. Instead of feedback, if you're putting products review, you can analyze the in an e-commerce website how a review analyzer will be working. Opinion mining is the terminology which they use. And if your TF-IDF is working, you can also perform a course recommendation based on how a student is performing. You can recommend the courses using TF-IDF if you have a list of course available, like NPTEL videos or something like that. And along with that, if you have a performance of a student based on the how a student is performing, like he is a slow learner, average learner, or else a fast advanced learner. So you can recommend the courses based on his performance using this TF-IDF. So these all things we can have other use cases with the same programs. Yeah. So, ma'am, I am actually completed with my discussion on these two topics. So if any doubt is there, we'll be free to discuss those same.
Sure, ma'am. Now, the participants can raise their hand if they have any doubts. We are open to discussions right now so that we can unmute each one of them accordingly.
Yes, someone has raised the hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Madam, I'm from electrical engineering background. Though I'm
Okay.
educator, so how it will be helpful for me? Because I don't have any basic software knowledge of AI and ML.
Okay, so what you could do is, being an educator, obviously, you know, your college also some feedback will be taken for any event or any during the courses. So sentiment is something which is it's hidden, right? So as I said, in a feedback form, we generally go for rate the speaker from 1 to 5. So this is one way of taking a feedback that's quantitative. And to have a qualitative approach, we have to process this unstructured data, like session was good, it was interesting. If a student is writing all these things, it means that he is interested to showcase some emotion. So we must have such Python programs available, which I have shared with you today, which you can see and see whether these feedback is a positive feedback or negative, how many positive feedbacks are there, and based on that you could have a qualitative approach of analyzing the feedbacks. And second application also which we have discussed today is something which every college is looking for nowadays, because placement is a uh, very big issue in every company, in every college. So if you are training your students to write the resumes such a way that such AI tools which are generally used by the companies, then it will be like chances of them being shortlisted for the interviews will be higher. Of course, aptitude round, technical round, everything will be there. But some companies are very focused. They are like, they will look into the skill set and their company's requirement. If this matches, they say, yes, we can call him for the interviews. So based on their resumes, then you can ask them that you have to redraft. Some students generally write about their projects. They don't explicitly write what are the skill set they have learned after making this project. So this skill set plays a very important. The Python has to be matched with the Python word only. The MERN stack word is to be matched with the MERN stack. Same with your electrical background or electronics background. Some of the terminology has to be matched with that semiconductor or whatever projects you have done. So student can rewrite their resume in such a way that it should get matched at the first and foremost stage, provided they have knowledge about that topic. So this could be one application. This could be two applications which you can incorporate in your education field. I hope it's clear. Yes, faculty report classification can also be done. Okay. Thank you. Is there any other question? Question is there, I think. For end user of AI, why and how NLP and machine learning useful? Is it not useful for AI developer scientists only? No, yeah, AI, NLP is a part of AI. So nowadays, only for such applications is not there. In education also, to predict the student performance, we are indirectly using AI tool, right? We are using a machine learning to categorize the students into advanced learning, slow learners, or else medium paced learners. For that also we require the knowledge of the how the student is interacting with the system, what is the trend if he is constantly being absent and constantly not performing well in his midterm exams, or not submitting the practicals on time, not performing the practicals. We call that person as a slow learner. It might be because he is not well. That's the reason he's not able to come to the college. So attendance, or else such types of factors, how much weightage should be given. This is again an ML project. And if an online learning tool is being kept, how many people are actively participating, is engaging actively, or else passive engagement? So interactively engaging. So these all things could be done using the log records, because if a person, as I said, one example, so when the video is being or a game is developed, so how much some students don't have that much patience to, they just want to complete that video assignment, or else complete that game. Some people do submit the game, but after they get a lesser marks than what they expected, they again play it, then again read the video, study from the video, then again perform the quiz. So all these activities which the student is doing is nothing but he is getting recorded, and that is what is learning analytics. So learning analytics is nothing but applying knowledge of analysis, data analysis on the records, where the records are here, the log records of your learning management. So actually Moodle and all is using this system. Moodle, if you are aware of Moodle, Moodle is indirectly finding out, it is predicting that these students may fail, these students may not fail, they are higher performer. So based on, if this classification we can get within middle of the semester itself, then we can guide them, recommend them how to progress more, or how, which all courses they should enroll, so that they can develop themselves in a better way. We can have a customized teaching plan for different types of students. Okay, one more question I could see, ma'am, could you please suggest recent research on sentiment analysis? It is done using generative AI also, because some product reviews are fake reviews also. So first of all, you have to figure out whether it's a fake or a paid review or not, and then perform the sentiment analysis of this thing. So figuring out a fake news or a fake review is also important. Yes, any other question? Yes, ma'am. Alfia, ma'am. Saisa, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
There are few. We
Okay.
could just take it for 5 minutes before winding up, if possible.
Yeah, no issue. Which, please let me know the question.
Yeah, just a minute. Yes, so Manoj Dash sir is asking that in what way this will be helpful for tourism and hospitality faculty.
Okay. For NLP or to be specific, NLP. Okay, so NLP, of course,
Hasn't
to
specify anything as such, but
okay,
assume
okay,
it's regarding NLP.
NLP only. For educational, any fraternity, any person belonging to educational fraternity, directly two applications is your job recommendation system and sentiment analysis of feedback. Secondly, if any other, then you can reach out to different topics which you are teaching. If it is on, if you are having any live reports, or else any LMS tool. So again, for classifying students into different categories, and for tourism or else anything, if you have a simulator or something like that. So how much a student is learning in that simulator? What is the way of publicity being handled? Because tourism and hospitality, I don't have much information about it, but to my first instinct, which I'm thinking, is about how to promote a tourism, or else what all things we have to do on making our business run smoothly. So obviously, management, hospitality deals with management, hotel management or something like that. So obviously, your trend in during vacations, it will be high during COVID, or such pandemic situation, how to handle. So over there, a lot of data is already been available, and based on that, you can think and predict. And based on the feedbacks, customers which they give feedbacks, you can perform the customer feedback analysis, sentiment analysis, and accordingly, you can recommend how to improve the system. That's my take on it. It you can still have a discussion.
There's another question, ma'am, that how to add around 1000 resumes, example, and to find out the content based on the specific requirement.
Okay, put it in the CSV format. Put it in the CSV format, like 10,000 be 10,000 or 1 million, one and the same. You have to parse it first and extract your, for that also we have some codes available for parsing. So you can parse your statement, resume parser. I will just share this also. And extract only the skill set and experience and the name of the student and the email ID. Okay, so after parsing, you execute the job requirement file. So I'll just share these two codes as well. What will happen? It will help you to identify the skill set of the student. Okay, and then something is happening. I'm not able to handle my browser. What is the reason? Hello, am I audible? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think could you see my screen?
No, ma'am, unfortunately, we couldn't see your screen. However, you're completely audible and visible.
Okay, so what I will do is I will just share two more files. One for parsing the resumes written in a PDF format, and second one for extracting the job requirement of different companies. Okay, so using these two files, if you don't have a CSV available, you can execute these two files and extract the skill set from the PDF, be it 1 or 1000, one and the same. It will just extract the name, email ID, and the this thing, name, email ID, and skill set, and year of experience. And based on that, it will make a CSV on its own. Okay, madam, actually my screen is frozen right now. That's the reason I'm not able to handle
No
that.
problem, ma'am. If you could just share the link with us, we'll forward them. No? Okay.
Yeah, now it's available. Wait. I'll just. So I have shared the job requirement and resume parser files. You just execute these two files to parse the PDFs, or resumes are generally PDF format, and from there you can extract the skill set of the student. Okay. Yes. Anything else? Any other question? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I guess Rahini ma'am has one
Yes.
question. We'll just unmute her. Hello,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
good evening, ma'am. Just I
Good
would
evening.
like to know about word cloud, how far we can do it in the NLP diagrams.
Yeah, word cloud is nothing but whichever word is there in the corpus having the highest frequency, it will create a word cloud out of it. Word cloud could be helpful in identifying the most frequently used word. That's it.
In this feedback, we are doing it with the word cloud. How far it will be suitable, ma'am? Because now it is only 100 feedbacks. If it is 1000 feedbacks, how it will be repeated words alone will be taken, only the good or bad, like that.
Yes, the word embedding will happen, because here in this my practical which I have shared now, over there word embedding is also being done. So it is looking for context words also. So not only keywords, but also it is looking for context words. Pairing words are being considered, because if we are using LSTM. So group of sentence is taken as an input, as a single feedback, then it will analyze the context word also. So word cloud could also be used, but generally we perform sentiment analysis using LSTM or else RNN. Hello. Rahini ma'am, is it? Hello, Rahini ma'am. Yes, any other question?
Rahini ma'am, would you like to continue asking something? No. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. So now it's almost time up, and I think we can conclude the session now. Yes.
Yes, I think.
Okay. Hello. Am I visible? I don't know what's happening. Just a second.
I hope that session was everyone was able to understand what all things we were discussing. Thanks a lot on the chat. I could see. Thanks a lot. I would like to express some thanks, ma'am Saista, ma'am, if possible.
Yes, ma'am. She's there in the session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this wonderful session.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for providing me an opportunity to being with this being part of this FDP, and good to see that such an informative as well as participative participants are there, because in such online sessions it's generally, if it is one way only, there is then there is no much fun, right? But I could see that many of the people have asked few questions, and at the end also they were very interactive. For the last 3 hours, even I didn't knew how the time went. So thank you for
Participants are
organizing
really
such an
very energetic
yeah,
and very
yes, they
interactive
were.
also, and they really do make the 3 hours feel like amazing. Like session goes on, and it's very nice. Coming towards the conclusion of our today's session, ma'am, first of all, I would like to extend a very heartfelt gratitude to you, Dr. Suja Jayachandran, ma'am, for delivering such exceptional and enlightening sessions today. Your deep insights into NLP and the hands-on session on NLP toolkits have definitely provided the participants with a perfect balance between conceptual clarity and practical application. And you have truly definitely helped all the participants out there to understand how machines process and interpret human language. And on behalf of Anjuman Islam's Abdurazak Kalsekar Polytechnic, New Panvel, and AICT Atal Academy, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all our participants as well from across India for their active involvement, thoughtful questions, and consistent enthusiasm throughout the day. And with that, we conclude our day 4 of our 6 days Atal FDP program on AI in education. And joining us again tomorrow for day 5, we will be exploring the world of DevOps, an essential bridge between development and operations, and a crucial component in today's AI driven software system. Until then, stay motivated and keep learning. Thank you, everyone. We hope that you had an insightful session. Thank you so much, ma'am, for accepting our invitation once again. And it
Thanks a
was
lot for
and have you over here with us. Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening ahead. Take care. Good night.